Now on 8 News Now, stepping up for the community while the federal government is shut down. How local organizations are helping those who rely on SNAP. And the living honoring the dead, remembering loved ones during Dia de los Muertos. Plus, an attack on a train in England leaves several people fighting for their lives. What police are saying about the incident. Good Sunday morning, and thank you for joining us here on 8 News Now Weekend Edition. I'm Kamari Esquera. We are now into the month of November, and those cooler temperatures are starting to settle in really nicely, might I say. Mary Jane has a quick look at what we can expect for this week. Mary Jane. Thank you, Mary Jane. Around 500,000 Nevadans rely on Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program payments, also known as SNAP. As the government shutdown hits 33 days, food banks are ramping up their operations. Volunteers gathering at sites across the valley Saturday for the start of emergency food distributions. Hundreds helping 3 Square Food Bank outside the Thomas and Mack Center. Beth Martino of 3 Square says those families were not expecting to rely on the food distribution. Martino says there was a 16% increase in people served over the past 4 months, with the SNAP pause increasing that even more. At the national level, with no end to the shutdown in sight, President Trump is now calling on Republicans to get rid of the filibuster in the Senate. 2 federal judges have ordered the administration to tap into emergency funds for SNAP. The administration has asked the courts to clarify how to legally fund the program. NV Energy is also taking steps to help its customers impacted by the loss of SNAP funding. The company says it will waive fees for affected customers, offer payment plans, and connect customers to energy assistance programs. They are also donating $350,000 in grants to food banks in the state. Now, if you rely on SNAP and want to find food assistance, head to our website at 8newsnow.com. We have a full list of resources in the community that you can go to this week. It's a celebration of life, legacy, and love. Across Southern Nevada, families gathered for Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. Palm Mortuaries hosted this free event Saturday. Families enjoyed food, face painting, sugar skull crafts, and live mariachi performances. Some might view it as unusual to find joy in a place of rest, but for many, it's the most fitting way to remember their loved ones. The holiday dates back thousands of years to ancient indigenous traditions in Mexico. Other news we're following this morning: 10 people are hospitalized after a mass stabbing on a train in eastern England. Police say 2 of the victims remain in life-threatening condition. The London-bound train made an emergency stop in Huntingdon. Police arrested 2 suspects but have not disclosed their identities. The incident was initially declared a potential terror attack, but that status was later rescinded. After the break, making sure kids can handle themselves in the water. A look at an educational day at the Las Vegas Municipal Pool. Stay with us. We are live, local now. Open enrollment is underway for healthcare plans under the Affordable Care Act. That means you can sign up for insurance through the Nevada HealthLink website. It comes as many Americans could face higher premiums. It's a focus by Democrats during the government shutdown as they advocate for extending healthcare subsidies. Did you remember to set your clocks back last night? Daylight saving time has given way to standard time. Experts recommend changing the batteries for things like smoke alarms, as it's a good way to remember to do so each year. A recent poll finds that more than half of Americans are not in favor of daylight saving time. Water safety on full display at the City of Las Vegas Municipal Pool. The Jack and Jill Foundation's Las Vegas chapter partnering with the Red Cross for an event for young girls. They participated in swimming lessons and water education. This is an initiative addressing drowning disparities in African American communities. Black children are 3 times more likely to drown than their white counterparts. Coming up after the break, the World Series went a full 7 games and then a few more innings. Alexis Bass has the highlights from the Dodgers' epic victory in Toronto. Stay with us. We are live, local now. Now on 8 News Now, a man arrested in connection to an explosion on the Strip when he's expected in court. The special session in Carson City continues today. What senators have been able to accomplish so far. Plus, it was a rainy start to the weekend. How much more rain could we see today? Mary Jane has a look at your most accurate forecast just ahead. Good Sunday morning, and thank you for waking up with us. I'm Kamari Esquera. We begin with police making an arrest in connection to the explosion near Piero's Italian Cuisine. 35-year-old John Navarro facing charges including possession of an explosive device and arson. The explosion happened Thursday at Paradise and Convention Center just off the Las Vegas Strip. Navarro is due in court today. Northbound I-15 at Lamb back open after being shut down for hours. Nevada State Police say a truck crashed on the freeway just after 9 o'clock, spilling fuel onto the roadway. This is video from that scene overnight as crews worked to clean up the spill. Thankfully, no one was hurt. On and off showers throughout the valley yesterday. This is some of that flooding near Hualapai and Charleston. Will we see the same today? Mary Jane has a quick look at your forecast. Thank you, Mary Jane. Metro Police releasing new photos of the man they say robbed the Rampart Casino at gunpoint. Police say the suspect walked into the casino on Thursday, headed to the cashier's cage, and pointed an AR-style weapon demanding money. Anyone with information about the suspect can call police or contact Crime Stoppers. That number is on your screen there, 702-385-5555. The man accused of killing an 11-year-old boy in a road rage shooting will remain behind bars. Tyler Matthew Johns appearing virtually in court where a judge denied bail. The 22-year-old facing multiple charges, including open murder. Police say he fired a gun into another car during a road rage incident, striking the boy who was in the back seat. Johns is due back in court on Tuesday. Both the Senate and the Assembly dealing with some big issues during the special session. Among them, the cyber attack that impacted state systems this past August. Governor Lombardo asked the state legislature to look into making a law which would create a cybersecurity operations center. That bill passed unanimously in the Assembly and will now head to the Senate. Another bill that passed, Senate Bill 3. That bill creates a safety net so Nevada has a system in place to pay for SNAP benefits when the federal government can't or won't pay. Accidents with e-bikes and e-scooters are on the rise. After the break, we'll take you to an event educating riders in hopes of keeping everyone safe on our roads. Following several tragic deaths on our roads, the Southern Nevada Bicycle Coalition partnered with Harley-Davidson for a bicycle rodeo. The goal of the event, to introduce children and adults to new e-bike and e-scooter laws. Organizers hope more community awareness will keep everyone on the road safe, both riders and drivers. Students at Nevada Blind Children's Foundation making a Thanksgiving feast for their families, and the results were delicious. Each family attending the luncheon received a turkey courtesy of Republic Services and a $100 gift card. The Las Vegas Golden Knights teaming up with Spread the Word Nevada and Southwest Gas to support childhood literacy. More than 100 volunteers preparing thousands of books that will go to elementary students right here in our community. And still to come here on 8 News Now, it's time to prepare for the holiday feast. We share some of the top gadgets to help with family dinner. Plus, overnight showers across the valley. Mary Jane has your most accurate forecast coming up. A nail biter at Allegiant Stadium. We break down the double overtime matchup for UNLV football right up after this break. Stay with us. Get your home holiday ready with top-rated essentials for cooking, cleaning, and cozy comfort. Ashley Howard and Alyssa Bergamini are standing by with the best products at the best prices in this week's Epic Discounts. Now on 8 News Now, a deadly string of hit-and-run crashes. More on who police are looking for in the most recent cases. And 6 weeks into the shutdown, what is holding up negotiations to reopen the government and how leaders are working to ease the impact being felt at airports. Plus, Rebel football getting back on track. What a big win on the road means for the booming program. Good Sunday morning, and thank you for joining us here on 8 News Now Weekend Edition. I'm Kamari Esquera. Metro Police are searching for the drivers involved in 2 separate hit-and-run crashes this weekend. The most recent happening in the East Valley near Nellis in Washington. Police say a driver hit and killed a pedestrian at about 8 p.m. on Saturday. This is video from a nearby traffic camera last night. And here are also images of who police are looking for this morning. Detectives say a light-colored sedan first hit the pedestrian. There may be front-end damage to that vehicle. A second light-colored hatchback also hit the pedestrian. Two people got out of that car, walked back to the scene, then left in that vehicle. The first deadly hit-and-run crash in that part of the valley Saturday happened just a few miles away. This one near Lake Mead and Sloan, where a man in a motorized wheelchair was killed. 8 News Now reporter Nick Summers spoke with neighbors who say they've been warning that something like this was bound to happen. If you have any information that could help track down either of those drivers, you are urged to call Metro Police or Crime Stoppers if you want to remain anonymous. That number is there on your screen. Cooler, comfortable temperatures settling in nicely here in the valley, but soon we'll see those 70s disappear. Mary Jane has a quick look at what we can expect for this week. A live look now at Harry Reid International Airport, where travelers are facing more delays and flight cancellations. According to the website FlightAware, 40 flights were canceled over the last 24 hours. So far, more than 2,500 weekend flights have been canceled across the country due to the FAA's order. U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says reducing congestion is the only way to keep the skies safe. Secretary Duffy warns the number of flight cuts could double to 20% if the shutdown drags into Thanksgiving. Travelers are being urged to check flight updates before heading to the airport. The Senate is in session this weekend as the government shutdown enters its 6th week. This is the first working weekend for lawmakers since the shutdown began. Healthcare has been a sticking point for Democrats. They want a plan that would extend Obamacare tax credits for a year and fund the government. However, Republicans want the government to reopen before negotiating on healthcare. The Clark County School District looking for feedback. Coming up, how you can make your voice heard as local leaders aim to meet the needs of all parents and students in the community. Clark County School District wants to hear from you. CCSD launched a destination district survey that's open now through November 26th. The survey only takes about 5 minutes to complete and is available in several languages. The district will use the responses during its planning efforts and for long-term goals. We have a link to the survey on 8newsnow.com. For the first time, holiday shopping sales are expected to surpass the $1 trillion mark. The National Retail Federation predicts sales this year will grow over 4% compared to the same period last year, despite tariffs and concerns over inflation. The trade group says it expects consumers to save in other areas in order to spend on gifts for loved ones. In the community this weekend, Clark County leaders giving away trees in Henderson. This is a part of the Community Canopy Project. The goal is to give away around 2,300 trees through the fall. People who came to pick up trees also received free coffee and donuts. More tree giveaways are planned for next spring. Nevada's Democratic U.S. Congressman Stephen Horsford touring construction of the new West Las Vegas Library in the historic West Side. The 40,000 square foot facility will be twice the size of the current branch on Lake Mead Boulevard. Horsford says the new building will provide new opportunities for the community. A grand opening celebration with live music and food for the new library is set for December 9th. Still ahead in sports, we'll recap a UNLV doubleheader, Rebel football and basketball, both in action last night. But first, Mary Jane. Still ahead in sports, we'll recap a UNLV doubleheader, Rebel football and basketball, both in action last night. But first, Mary Jane. And still ahead in sports, the Golden Knights fighting for the top spot in the division. Plus, a look back at the Rebel football road trip. Good Sunday morning, and thank you for waking up with us here on 8 News Now Weekend Edition. We hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. The Valley sure did see some beautiful weather over the holiday weekend. We now turn to Mary Jane with a quick look at what we can expect for this week. This morning, police are searching for a person they say stabbed someone at Sunset Park. It happened just before 6 last night. The victim was rushed to the hospital. Right now, there's no word on their current condition. The investigation is ongoing. Metro Police are searching for a pickup truck involved in a deadly hit-and-run crash. This happened yesterday morning on Tropicana and Mountain Vista near I-11. Officers say a 2018 Chevy pickup was making a turn when it was hit by a motorcycle. The 45-year-old rider of that motorcycle was killed. The driver then took off. Anyone with information should call police or Crime Stoppers at 702-385-5555. It's been 2 years since Sergeant Michael Abate and Trooper Alberto Felix were hit and killed by an impaired driver. In their honor, Nevada Highway Patrol held their second annual Sergeant Abate and Trooper Felix DUI Blitz. Multiple agencies across the state took part. During last year's inaugural Blitz, NHP conducted more than 500 traffic stops statewide and made 32 DUI arrests. The department says planning a sober ride isn't optional. It's your responsibility. The operation spanned across I-15, I-11, and surface streets where impaired driving crashes continue to be a leading cause of death. According to Nevada Highway Patrol, Thanksgiving weekend has some of the highest impaired driving numbers of the year. Taking a live look now at Reed Airport this holiday weekend. The website FlightAware is reporting several delays and cancellations this morning. This comes as many people are now heading home from the Thanksgiving holiday. If you're traveling, make sure to check your flight status before heading to the airport. Meanwhile, on the roadways, expect heavy traffic this next few days. AAA reports the worst times to drive today are between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. and tomorrow from noon to 8 p.m. At least 73 million people are traveling by car this weekend. Hundreds of businesses across the valley took part in Small Business Saturday yesterday. The event at Container Park in downtown Las Vegas hosted more than a dozen businesses, from artists to candy makers. Shoppers had quite a lot of options for unique holiday gifts. The general manager of Container Park says that when you shop small, you are doing more than just making a purchase. You're supporting your neighbor's dreams. While Small Business Saturday is just for one day, the shops at downtown Container Park offer locals discounts year-round. At least 4 people are dead and 10 others hurt after a mass shooting at a family gathering in Central California. Police in Stockton now looking for the suspect in what they are calling a targeted incident. It happened at a banquet hall during a child's birthday party. The victims include both children and adults. Police have not released any details of the suspect or a possible motive for this shooting. Meanwhile, President Trump is ramping up pressure on Venezuela. Trump hinting that attacks on the country may no longer be limited to boats. The president telling reporters that leaders in Venezuela were warned to stop sending poison to the U.S. and that he plans to stop them very soon. 3 U.S. airlines confirmed to CBS that they have not used the airways due to escalating tensions. It is important to note that the U.S. cannot close another country's airspace, but the Federal Aviation Administration is warning airlines to avoid the area. A holiday tradition created for local teens by teens. It returns for its 5th year. We'll share the sights and sounds from the concert that is doing more than spreading holiday cheer. On Saturday, young musicians showed off their talents at this year's Youth for Youth holiday concert at Clark High School. Those in attendance enjoyed different kinds of music, from holiday tunes to classic hits. The event is organized by students and volunteers and blends the sound of music with the holiday spirit of giving back. Concert benefits the Just One Project, a nonprofit supporting those in our community dealing with food insecurity. Organizers hope to raise $50,000 this year. Your Christmas tree could cost you a bit more this year. CBS News reports that some of President Trump's tariffs impacted the price of plastic trees, primarily those imported from China. In some cases, it caused the price to go up between $10 to $15. Experts say the price hike could have many people heading to local tree farms or cutting their own tree this holiday season. It's that time of year again to recognize a remarkable woman in our community. Now through December 19th, you can nominate a remarkable woman in your life through the QR code right there on your screen. You can also visit the contest tab on 8newsnow.com. We will reveal the Las Vegas winner in March. She will then be recognized at a special ceremony in Nashville. UNLV football puts a big red bow on their regular season with a win over rival Reno. We have the highlights from UNLV's biggest game of the season up next. Dozens of dogs getting into the holiday spirit on the streets of London this weekend. It was a part of a Christmas parade with dogs dressing in colorful costumes. The event also raising money for 2 rescue organizations in London, helping bring awareness about rescue dogs around the world. And speaking of the holidays, holiday shopping is on, and Black Friday deals are no longer just a one-day event. Ashley Howard and Alyssa Bergamini are standing by with the best Black Friday and beyond deals at the best prices in this week's Epic Discounts.